Hey guys, Ben here. I have always been curious about what's inside of a Titan tank. Obviously, it's pretty simple in the way it works. You pull back on this thing, and I imagine some sort of rubber washer, and then a backing washer, and then that's hooked up to a spring, and then you pull that back, and it obviously releases the air. That's pretty simple. But I've always been curious about what is keeping the seal here. Now, it could just be something as simple as a rubber washer that's tight over this entire rod, but it seems unlikely. Seems more likely that it's some sort of skirt that's attached to the rod itself, and then it kind of comes over and then attaches to the tank. But then that raises issues of its own, and I've just always been curious about what's inside of a tank overall, and I've never really seen anyone open one, so I guess I'm going to open one because A, I'm curious, and B, it has had the unfortunate side effect of it being useful in a fashion that it was not originally intended for. So, I am going to destroy this. Never fear, this does have a leak. I have confirmed that it's the tank itself and not this. But I do have 3 others that are completely sealed besides this one. So this is my 4th one. So I'm not too concerned in that area. They pop up here a lot in thrift stores. So let's cut it open. Okay, so I've cut around there, and I've also Dremeled off the very tip of this, so this should just come off. And then what do we have inside? First we'll look in here, the more boring part. You can see the seal there. It's the black one-way valve. And in that little hole right there, you can actually see that there is simply an O-ring that's holding that on. It is important to note that the O-ring is self-contained. However, that is just an O-ring. That's very interesting. And so this is that part, and sure enough, it's just a plug, and it has a spring, and then that pulls on there. Oh, very interesting. So, I actually did have a reason besides curiosity to rip this apart, believe it or not. I would like to know how to make one of these out of PVC so that not only me, but everyone is not so reliant on these Titan tanks, because while these are tough, they are getting tougher to find. And so, now that I know how one of these works, I can at least think about a prototype that works, because I already know that this works. I figured that it was an O-ring, but I had no idea that that was actually going to work as well as it has, because this can hold a lot of pressure. And so that's actually pretty surprising. But this part's simple. I knew how this worked. You can see that from the outside. Yeah, so working on some other projects, and I happen to need a barrel, and I just realized that I pushed that in there. I have no way of actually getting that back out, so oops. But thanks for watching, and this is probably going to be the last time I destroy something this valuable, because this is probably 20 or 30 bucks. Well, but thanks for watching.